Finally, here we go. Okay, so we got good news and bad news. The good news is more MHA is coming out, and we're sitting down to finally watch more My Hero Academia. The bad news is it's the final season. This is the last grouping of episodes we're gonna be sitting down to watch for My Hero Academia. The good news is it's the final season. Like, there's gonna be some crazy shit going down. I'm really excited to see how it happens. The bad news is since we're watching the dub, we are 2 weeks behind. So like, I love when My Hero Academia is coming out. I also hate it because when it's coming out, like, this show is so special to me. It's one of my favorite shows ever. So when it's coming out, like, I always have to be avoiding spoilers for however many weeks it's coming out. Now I think this season has 11 or 12 episodes. I think it's 11. It's like, it's a weird number. I think it's 11 or 9. Something. It's anywhere in there. I don't know. I'll find out later. But it has a much shorter amount of episodes. It's gonna be the shortest My Hero season. So like, that's sad. That's very sad. But then, you know, I'm only gonna have to avoid spoilers for that many weeks from now. But it's gonna be tough to avoid these spoilers. Like, I hate that the dub is 2 weeks behind for this show because, like, not only does it suck to have to wait, but just like avoiding spoilers for a show that I love so much is so difficult because I've watched so much My Hero content on YouTube and looked at My Hero fan art on different websites, you know, and like I've gone to like the anime sites that I what's the word, log my anime on, like that. Those sites tend to post a lot about this stuff. Sometimes official accounts, like when I used to use Twitter, like the official Crunchyroll accounts would like post screenshots from My Hero episodes that were out in the sub but weren't out in the dub, which I was always so annoyed about. I was like, oh my god, like, that's so like that they are just posting spoilers because, like, you know, that not everyone watches the sub. So so there was so much of that stuff, right? And so I'm really nervous about avoiding all that stuff, but I'm so excited to get into this. As I said, MHA is one of my favorite shows ever. This show matters a lot to me. It's very, very special to me. Obviously, I haven't read the manga for this series. I've read parts of the manga that I've already seen in the show, but obviously I'm not spoiled on anything. Well, am I not spoiled on anything? I don't think I'm spoiled on anything that happens from here on out, right? So we're going into this blind. I cannot tell you how excited I am. I don't have my reaction to the entire series of My Hero on this channel because I started this channel a long time after I had already watched My Hero. So I think my reactions to My Hero on this channel start at season 6, because this is 8, right? So I think I have 6, 7, and 8 on this channel. So you can go watch my reactions to season 6, 7, and 8. I recommend them because I love this show so much that, like, you know, I get so attached to these reactions. If you can only watch one reaction, the one that I recommend is in season 7, the second last episode of season 7, the A Girl's Ego, is that what it's called? It's the Uraraka and Toga episode. It's my favorite episode of My Hero Academia. I've decided. I didn't know this at the time, but now it's been a while since I've done that. I've rewatched that episode maybe 7 or 8 times. It's my favorite episode of My Hero Academia of all of them. I love that episode. So so if you want to watch a reaction, you know, go watch my reaction to that episode. But I'm excited to jump into this. So I don't know what today's episode is gonna be. I don't know if we're gonna get, like, sometimes MHA at the start of a season does like a kind of recap-y episode, or at least, like, you know, it tries to recap like for half the episode and some original content for the other half, or like, you know, I'm kind of anticipating there's going to be a bit of recap at the start, and by a bit, I mean, like, you know, a third of the episode, and then maybe there'll be just, like, maybe they'll give us just a little bit of canon content at the end of the episode. But I'm really, really excited. I've already seen the OP, by the way. The OP I did a reaction to in my fall anime 2025 video. So if you want to see my first reaction to the OP, that's in the fall anime 2025 video. I haven't seen the ED yet, so I'm really excited to watch that because I love My Hero EDs. I know I'm doing a long intro, but like this is a show that's special to me. I want to give it, I don't want to rush this video, you know? Also the, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, well, just to catch us up on where we are, Deku is still fighting Shigaraki, and All Might is fighting against All For One. And those were the two major things that were happening. There are other things happening around. There are, like, you know, there are other fights, I think, that are going on. Like, they introduced, I think last season they introduced a guy, I can't remember what his name is, which is pretty rare for me in My Hero. Generally in My Hero, I've got a decent grip on the characters. But they introduced a guy who was like he had like plant-based stuff. He kind of looks like an alien like that. They introduced a guy that like was there, but then he didn't do anything and we didn't really see him again. So I wonder if they were setting that up and he's gonna be someone that's like, I don't think it'll be a big battle necessarily, but I feel like someone's gonna face him in this season maybe. Because we got a lot of episodes. I don't know if it's all gonna be Shigaraki and Deku and All For One and All Might. I don't know if All Might's gonna die in this show. I feel like it's very possible he dies in this season. Yeah, and like I will say, like I've heard people say that they weren't too hot on the manga's ending of My Hero, right? I've also heard people say that about a fuck ton of stuff, and I tend to not agree with people on a lot of their like manga opinions. Like I remember people shitting on the Attack on Titan's ending so much, and then I watched the Attack on Titan's ending. I was like, that's perfect. That was a perfect ending for the show. Like I wasn't like, oh, that was my favorite part of the show, the ending necessarily, but I was like, that is a fitting end to this show, and it makes sense with everything that they set up. So I don't know what people expected, you know? Like I feel like people just kind of misunderstood things that were happening in it if they thought that's not where the series was going. And like there's a lot of series like that, you know, where I feel like people are super harsh on endings of series, and like they just like people just have very strongly different opinions to me. Whereas to me, I think like if I think that like an ending for the most part, like most endings to things kind of make sense to me, and I can see why they're doing them. And I'm so big on just like letting a writer tell the ending that they want to tell. I don't have my own expectations of like, it needs to end this way or this, like what was the point of setting up all that stuff if you're not going to do anything with it or anything, right? I don't think like that, you know? Even as someone with a writing degree, I know the importance of like Chekhov's gun and like of, you know, getting rid of shoe leather in a script. Like I know the importance of setting things up and like, you know, only setting things up that you're able to satisfyingly tie up later or whatever. But I think it's like the people's weighting of things in endings is very, very skewed in a negative fashion. So because of that, like I've heard not great things about the ending of My Hero, but I've also heard people talk about a lot of parts of My Hero like that, which I just like thoroughly disagree with, you know? So like I think there was a certain point in the show where people kept saying like, oh, past this part of the manga it starts getting terrible, past this part it starts getting terrible, and that goalpost was just moved and moved and moved, and there's no bit of My Hero that I've considered terrible. Every single season I absolutely love. So yeah, we're gonna jump into this now. I don't think there's anything else to say. I know this is a long intro, but like it's because I'm excited. My Patreon account is in the description below. It has the full-length reaction. It also has early access for certain shows, not for this show obviously, exclusive videos for both this channel and my Jent Watches One Piece channel. We're finishing My Hero soon. We're also like almost at the end of the Wano arc in One Piece on my One Piece channel. So if you like, because One Piece and My Hero to me are kind of similar shows. And I mean, obviously it's because Horikoshi, who wrote My Hero, was very inspired by Oda. So if you like My Hero, it's not crazy that you'd like One Piece. So if you're a One Piece fan, go to my Jent Watches One Piece channel, check that out. Otherwise, I'm fucking excited. Let's jump into this. This is My Hero Academia Season 8, Episode 1. Here we go.
As the heroes faltered, the villains flourished.
We're probably not getting the OP today. Or maybe it'll be the end.
The fate of our world.
Who's the wrinkle?
War raged like a storm across Japan.
Oh, it's Deku. Well, that was Deku. That was all the scars on his hand.
Powerful, terrifying storm.
Crazy intro.
Focus copies the Gunga Mountain Villa.
Okay. This is gonna be the recap stuff. Because we know all the Twice stuff is gone.
Sky. Don't forget about Dobby. He's going nuclear.
Yeah, Dobby's dealt with.
In a little over a minute.
Toga's dealt with.
Yes, but they appear to be in a deadlock. Suguchi,
They're playing Deadlock together?
Is quickly gaining speed.
I know Shigaraki plays League, so that's not actually that crazy.
Shigaraki's hatred is having some effect on you. I knew it. You can't ignore me.
It's okay, I was anticipating a lot of recap. I'm just hoping there's gonna be some new content in this episode.
I gotta show my face. Armored All Might!
Toshinori Yagi Rising Origin? Whoa, both Rising and Origin? We're getting both the Rising and an Origin for All Might today? Because normally titles will have one or the other, you know?
I had no choice but to fly off to the United States. I have a friend there who constructed
It'd be nice if we had a bit more Melissa in the show, but I understand. I understand when I was not getting much of her. I love how much he shit talked in this battle. Alright, here we go. I think we're basically caught up now. Whoa, that's a cool mid-card. I like that. Okay, this is new. Here we go. Oh, it's like
Diesel increase my speed and
Doc.
Shoto, Tailman.
Nice.
It's time. Every time I inflict damage, he rewinds. I know the perfect quirk to hit him with.
Do you?
I won't get the power I need if I play it safe with the output.
Amina?
Counting on you. Amina.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You laugh like a
The robotic
lunatic
birds. Oh shit. That's pretty sick. Oh fuck, dude.
Please, I'm barely trying.
Oh my god, that animation's pretty legit.
One put out of the grave.
Oh my
How can
god.
you bear the whole world is watching. The symbol
right.
of peace is, and now he will die.
No, they'll watch him still be a symbol of peace.
The light of justice.
Oh my
is
god.
snuffed out.
That was sick. Still trying to hold on to those sparks, those
Do you all
embers.
for one?
Oh! Oh, Shoto!
Someone else will pick up the torch and use it to shine.
Oh my
And when
god.
There is no need for light.
Oh, yeah, this guy.
About
Kunieda.
300 where the villains were initially separated.
This is exactly what I was talking about in the
32
intro.
heroes stayed with any enemies who weren't warped away.
Jesus.
All but one of those heroes has been incapacitated.
Oh my gosh, is this gonna be like Aoyama's
My little seedlings need flesh in order to grow.
Aoyama's moment?
I can't use my fat absorption.
Oh Jesus, it's just absorbing the fat out of him.
Full power.
Oh my god. It sucks out the energy and then the plant gets stronger. Oh, that sucks. Fat was basically a big battery for him.
There's no escape. Without your belt,
He doesn't have the
your
belt.
light leaks out everywhere. My, how you
He can
fought
still
against my
use his
plans,
quirk without
but
the
your
belt, it just
struggling helps
sucks.
them grow stronger.
But
The
he'll
victim of
awaken.
circumstance.
You've reminded me what a disgrace I am. And that I have to try harder than my peers if I want to shine with the same light that they do.
Oh, he's focusing it.
Of my heart. All I want
Oh.
is to sparkle!
Nice.
Chasing an unachievable dream!
It's not one
makes
big
your death look
blast.
even more new power.
What?
Took you long.
Hagakure! Oh! Oh, she gathers it all! She gathers it and refracts it back to him. That's so good. Yes, Hagakure!
Lights flicker on and on.
I love that.
Even if mine goes out.
I love that we got to see more Hagakure too.
We'll pick up the torch.
Physically see her.
Shine, so that my star might s'more. Gonna be the one who loses today. Number one.
Oh hell yeah!
Commencing emergency charge.
What is that a railgun?
Target blocked.
Oh my god. Oh!
Can't stop.
That's so great! His trump card is Can't Stop Twinkling.
Battery reserves depleting.
That's so good.
Don't let up or he'll claw his way out.
That's so
Star's
cool.
final battle
Yeah.
inspired me.
It is like Star.
I don't. So instead,
Oh, sound
break
waves.
it and try to crawl to safety. But you stay down.
This
You
is
didn't
so
notice,
dope.
But I kept using full throttle thrusters when the beam fired. Put it with Invisible Girl, a special optical resin, to help protect me from the brunt of the laser's heat.
So cool how
To set
he's
up this trap,
incorporating
I
all
had
the
to take a
quirks.
hit. Blocked what I could with Tailman. But my legs are adamant to see me in agony, so you didn't aim for my face. I'd sit in my favor.
His All For One's ego is always his downfall. Oh my god.
Armor morphing, crazy!
Cool.
This is a bind bombs. Great juice!
Of course, you gotta have a minute of
Fade
one
to
in there.
nothing already.
Oh, this is a fucking badass battle. I really love it.
What's gonna happen if the man loses, though?
He's not gonna
Shouldn't we be
lose.
rooting for him?
Our lives won't change no matter who wins the fight.
Yeah, sure.
Come on, cheer him on anyway, kid. Yeah, cheer him on. Aww.
Battery system failure.
Shit. There it goes. I guess it can stop twinkling.
I told you.
Oh, how young is he now?
Beyond using toys.
He's glowing.
Gee.
Huh? Where's your smile? Oh, friend.
Oh my god!
Missing your trademark grin.
That's so
Struggling
creepy.
underground. Just like you did to mine all those years ago.
Oh!
I can't move.
Is it the rewind really hurting your body now?
Bleeds the same.
Oh shit, it's Stain! It's fucking Stain! I didn't even think about that. I thought he was just gonna be in last season just to be like, you're worthy now. But now he's actually, he's helping. Oh, I gotta watch this. This is an ED. Or is this the OP? I can't remember. No, this is the OP. Yeah, this is the OP. I've seen this. I love it. Oh, there's more after the credits? Oh yeah, yes, give me more. Oh yes, fucked him up.
Gakure, you're...
Are you just like perma kind of visible now? And now you're naked.
Being invisible is like my whole thing!
Sorry.
This isn't how my quirk works, at least up until now. Wait,
Maybe you can choose when to do it.
I think your quirk's improving!
Absolutely.
We need to hurry and burn these plants and save everyone.
Yeah, to stop it from
Fat said
spreading.
they continue to... Today is my last day as a UA student.
Oh, Aoyama.
Nothing is going to stop me.
Alright. Oh, I love this fucking show, man. Oh, it's so great. Like, I mean, half of this episode was recap, and I like it's not bothering me at all, just because I am just so giddy about what the other half of the episode was. You know, like that's it. Oh, it's so great. It's so great. Okay. Right. I want to not rush through the discussion, right? I want to not just like speed through what I want to talk about, because I mean the video's got to be shorter because half the episode isn't going to be in it, you know. So it's probably not going to be great for my retention, because those people who come for the come skip the intro, just watch the reaction and then skip the discussion, which I get. I'm not blaming those people. I understand. You know, they're not going to be watching for super long. But that's okay. But if you're sticking around for this discussion, I love you. I care about you so much, and thank you for listening to what I have to say. Anyway, really cool episode. I love that battle between All Might and All for One. I think it's so cool. And it's like, we already got half of it last season, but like to see the way he's like using the students' quirks, you know, like not physically their quirks, but things inspired by their quirks, to take down All for One is really cool. It's one of those things where it's like the writer clearly had an idea of like, okay, I want to have All Might, like, I want to show that All Might has been inspired by his students, so I'm going to, you know, have him use all the, like, I'm going to have him use different powers from all the different people. But Horikoshi came up with, like, really great ways to incorporate them all. Like, obviously, I am watching it going, like, I know some of them he's just throwing in there because he's like, well, I haven't done this character yet. You know, like, I think the, like, you know, restraining him with grape juice is like, yeah, I mean, he's already held down. You could have done without that, that side of things. But obviously Horikoshi wants to include everyone. But some of them are so inspired. I fucking adore that Can't Stop Twinkling is the trump card, is the huge one, you know? That is so cool to me, because I think it's like, you know, and the battle's not done. He's probably going to, I don't know if we've done Explosion yet. I can't remember Explosion being done yet. And I mean, like, even just One for All. Even just One for All, I don't think, because I don't know if he's gonna have a move that's like One for All. He's done like shoot style and stuff, so he's done Deku inspired moves. I just don't know if he's specifically done like a One for All thing yet. But and I'm not saying physically using One for All, but using a move called One for All inspired by Deku. Has he done Air Force? Something's telling me he might have done Air Force already, but I can't quite remember. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so we're not done the battle yet. So like, it's possible that, you know, there's still a huge one to come based on one of the students, like Explosion or something. But I do think, like, at this point in the battle, they wanted to make Can't Stop Twinkling be I mean, it was the only one that had like a huge thing on screen and stuff. They wanted to have it be like a major point of the battle, and I think that's so cool, because like Aoyama is not even my favorite character. He's probably like bottom third of the class for me, right? But like, I don't hate the guy. I you know, especially as the show's gone on, I like him more and more, and now I'm at the point where I quite like him as a character. But even so, like, it's so inspiring. It's so great to have all that build up, and like after last season, we see him do a little bit, but it's like, but it wasn't like he even got major spotlight. He just made up for it a little bit for like the being the traitor this whole time. But now we're actually getting to see him be a real badass, which I think is so cool. And then also he's inspiring enough that he helped All Might. Well, you know, All Might came up with this trump card against All for One because of him. So I think that is so cool, and it's so funny to yell out like "Can't Stop Twinkling" as your move, but like, I really adore when shows, like, this is something that is special about One Piece as well. When shows are so silly, like they do something so silly, but then they over the course of the show make you think about it in a more serious way. You know, One Piece is the king of that. I think One Piece is one of the best at that ever, where it's like, here's a really silly concept, and then here's a silly way that the character's using it, and like all of that, and then as the show goes on, it starts becoming less and less silly to you, and so when they use it in a serious context, you don't even like think twice at it, you know. And I mean, there's a lot of shows that I feel like do that well, especially in anime. It's something that anime kind of has almost a monopoly on. Like it's I don't see nearly as many live action shows or Western animation that quite pull off that feel. But yeah, One Piece is a king of it. But I love it in this as well, where it's like Can't Stop Twinkling is a ridiculous name, and it's supposed to be very silly. And when they use it in serious situations, it can still make you laugh. But like as the show goes on more and more, I start getting really inspired by the name Can't Stop Twinkling, you know? Like it's so ridiculous, but still, like when I saw that Can't Stop Twinkling on screen, I was so hyped. I was so excited by it. So it works very nicely, and I love that. So yeah, I guess they considered this Toshinori Yagi Origin and Rising. Was it called Origin and Rising or Origin Rising? Rising/Origin is what they called it. So like if you don't know or remember, like in My Hero, there are a bunch of episodes, and this is something I love about My Hero, and whenever I'm watching other shows, if you watch other videos of mine, whenever I'm looking at a title of a show, you'll very often see me referencing My Hero, because My Hero has some of my favorite episode titles, genuinely. And I really like the idea of, he has Rising episodes and he has Origin episodes, Horikoshi, or like chapters, I guess, in the manga. And what they generally are is the origin is like, this is the point we would look back to when they become this is my interpretation of the titles, by the way. I haven't seen many people talk about this aspect of My Hero, but this is my interpretation of what Origin and Rising means. Origin is like when you like in the future, when they're a great hero and they're all remembered, like if we were to be watching that show, they would like have a moment where they're flashing back to this episode, you know, like they would have a cool flashback. It would be this episode. This is the origin of what made them who they are, you know. And then Rising tends to be like a step up from that. Like this is them going from being like a hero, they've had their origin, to now they're rising to greater heights. They're like taking a step up to being like, now this was them going from like rookie to real hero, you know. I wanna just see a list of My Hero episodes and their names, because I feel like so like the first episode is Izuku Midoriya origin, very obvious, right? Like obviously that's his origin episode. We have Bakugo's start line, that's a different kind of thing. But I'm scrolling. So Shoto Todoroki origin is when I think that's the Deku versus Todoroki fight, right? And that's like a really crazy important episode, but that's considered his origin. Like before that, he's a hero, but he wasn't really fighting for the right reasons. He wasn't really doing it for the right reasons. And like I remember origin like sort of pops up when he's like actually sort of locked into it, and he's like, I'm gonna be a hero. Like this is the moment it's clicked for him, you know? So yeah, there was that. I'm just scrolling a bit more. Yaoyorozu Rising. So Yaoyorozu, you know, we already like, it's not like she wasn't a hero before that, but Yaoyorozu Rising was her like breaking through a trauma that she had, like that was, I'm pretty sure that's the episode where she's struggling to believe in herself, you know. She wasn't able to break through that aspect of herself, and then finally she's able to do that. So like that's her getting over the main obstacle that she has in front of her from becoming a hero. So that's her rising episode. Then Katsuki Bakugo Origin is the episode, I believe, that is like Deku facing off against wait, no, hang on, is it? Wait, which no, Katsuki Bakugo Origin I think, is the fight with All Might, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, it's the fight with All Might. So that's him, like, sort of finding his own way to, like, work together with Deku. Like, this is him actually, like, becoming a hero for the right reasons in a way, you know, seeing what it actually takes to be a hero. So I could go on and go through each and every one like that, but that's just like an example of like what they've been like. So this episode, Toshinori Yagi Rising Origin, which is All Might's name, yeah, it's like it seems like it's both, you know, like it harkens back to him being a hero, and like it says Toshinori Yagi, not All Might, and I think that's important because I think it's like this is his new like his new self, you know. This isn't All Might anymore. This is him as Toshinori Yagi without One for All, but this is an origin that we all harken back to, you know. Like we can still see Toshinori Yagi as a hero separate from All Might as a hero. This is him fighting with this fucking mech suit. He's giving everything he's gotten, and I think it's both Origin and Rising, because I don't know if there's much more for him, you know. Like I feel like he really could die soon, and so like these are all of his major moments are happening at once, you know. So that's really cool. I love we got Hagakure in this episode. I love that she got a really cool moment of her turning that against Kunaeda. And it's great being able to see her for extended periods of time, because we had seen a glimpse of her last season, and I really love that scene of us seeing her. And I talked about it back then, that like the only thing that was really sad is like that I had what she looked like spoiled for me, because every single person in the world has done a fan art of Hagakure in her visible form. I remember when it first happened, like, and this was many years ago, but I remember the first time I guess they showed her in the manga for the first time, and then people were making fan art. The first time I saw one, I looked at it and I went, oh, it's a concept for what she probably looks like, you know? Like, and I was like, that's a cute design. That artist is very talented. But it was actually just fan art of what she actually looks like, you know? But I was like, that's really cute. But now I, you know, then like after I saw many more and they were all the same design, I was like, oh, the people were just posting spoilers. These are just spoilers. And so I knew what she looked like already, even though like from that point on I was scrolling past them quickly. I tried not to imprint it in my mind. Like it wasn't that surprising when I saw her, but it was still nice to see her like animated and see her with, I think it's Felicia Angel that voices Hagakure. Seeing her with Felicia Angel's voice. So yeah. I like that we saw her for an extended period of time in this episode, and like maybe, like I don't know, like it might just be that Can't Stop Twinkling's quirk is still like lingering, and so she's gonna like be glitching out for a while and then it'll disappear again. But I think it would be cool if like she, you know, was properly like Sue Storm or whatever, where she can choose when to go in and out. Like it feels like it being on all the time, that feels like an unintended, you know, side effect of her quirk. I think it would only make sense if she's eventually able to control it and then be visible when she wants to be visible and be invisible when she wants to be invisible. And then she could probably just do, like, she hasn't needed it up until now, but then she could probably just do what fucking Mirio does, which is make a costume out of her hair, you know, so that like it can go invisible as well. Or I mean, her power is light refraction. I think she's able to control, like she's able to, you know, like she's done like that to make light burst out of it or whatever. Like she can control what light she's refracting to a certain extent. And I mean, even in this episode, she like gathered all the light. It wasn't like she just stood in front of it and it bounced off her. She like gathered it together and like blasted it at Kunaeda. So I think she's gonna have a greater control of it. So I imagine she could actually just wear any outfit because all she needs to do is control the light refraction over the outfit, you know? Like, she would just need to make sure to be bending the light around her body at all times. It would take a lot of practice and control, I think, but that's the same as what Mirio said. Like, you know, it was when he started with his quirk, it was hard for him to just walk through a wall because he has to focus on so many things at once, but it would become second nature. Also, like in Freerin, Beyond Journey's End, how it's like, you know, suppressing your mana is something that you can train yourself to do, and it's like, it's really exhausting, and it is generally like really obvious when you're suppressing your mana. But if you're like Freerin or Fern and you've just been doing it constantly your whole life, then people aren't going to notice, and it's going to be easy for you because it's going to be second nature. And then Stain is here. Stain showed up at the battle. I'm really excited about that because I thought, like, last season we got the Stain moment of him talking to All Might and being like, and they showed a flashback of it in this episode, like, you know, where it was like, oh, All Might smiled no matter what, that has nothing to do with his power. Like, there was that moment, right? So like that whole cool moment had already happened. And then we also already had last season when Ida Ida was helping Shoto. We saw Stain in the distance, and he looked at it and went, there we go, that's a true hero, or whatever. Like, he finally approved of Ida as a hero. I thought those were the moments we were getting with Stain, and from that, like, it's nicely wrapped up, you know? Like, the whole reason Stain was in the show up until this point was, like, to be the adversary of Ida and to kill his brother and all of that, or not to try to kill his brother, you know? But it turns out he also is going to be helping All Might in this fight, which is really cool, having an All Might and Stain versus Shigaraki, not Shigaraki, versus All for One fight. Oh, it's so good. I love it. So yeah, I'm so excited to see more of this season, and I hope you're excited to watch it with me, because I feel like you're gonna be seeing my most energetic reactions. I love this show so much, so I get so invested. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.